Hello everybody, and today is Sunday, August 24th. Welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I am putting my 2 cents about movies. Now, let's see. Honestly, I have not watched too many movies up until this past week, because what I did was I got Netflix. So, with Netflix, they have movies that you can download and just watch streaming, or you can get them through the mail, like you had been, before. But anyway, I'm going to keep it for a little while, and hopefully I get some of these done. But anyway, so a couple of the movies I've been watching lately, they've all been old movies, so none of them are really new. But one of the big new ones I watched was The Secret, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But all the other movies I watched were all older movies. I definitely want to talk about Driving Miss Daisy and Hudson Hawk, and then I might talk about another one, but let's see if we get there. So anyway, alright, let's just jump right in, and I'm going to talk about The Secret. I couldn't easily find this on IMDb because it was actually under the French title, which was like Si j'étais toi or something. But in English, it doesn't translate to The Secret. I think it translates to If I Was You. That's what the French title translates to, but the English title is The Secret, which I guess is a little bit more vague. But anyway, so when you find out watching the movie, it stars David Duchovny. If you remember X-Files, so he's in this movie. He's the main character. He plays the father who has a wife and a daughter. Now, it starts off really slow, and this movie is mostly just a drama, in my personal opinion, but there's a couple of interesting dynamics. So, pretty much how the movie opens up is David Duchovny, his character, and his wife and their daughter, and his wife and daughter kind of are at odds with each other. And pretty much in the first 10 minutes of the movie, there's an accident. So there's a car accident with just the two of them in it. They get rushed to the hospital. Mom ends up dying. Daughter ends up surviving. But when daughter comes to, she is mentally the mother. Like, the mom's spirit or mind is inside the daughter's body. Now, this gets really awkward really fast, because you get in situations where, oh hey, the wife is horny, but it's the wife inside the daughter's body, and David Duchovny is trying to be the responsible father of the daughter's body, so, nothing going on there. But anyway, needless to say, I thoroughly liked this film. I thought it was pretty good, definitely recommend, but I feel that a lot of people would hate this movie, because A, it's utterly slow, and B, it is definitely weird and awkward, and there's a lot of awkward situations. So I want to say that if it sounded interesting to you, go ahead and watch it. But if you don't know, just don't bother with it, because it's probably not your cup of joe. So don't worry about that. Anyway, The Secret, I liked it. I definitely recommend, but it's not for everybody. All right, so next movie, Driving Miss Daisy. Now, I'd heard a lot of good things about this way back in the day, because it's one of those classic movies that you just have to watch, back from the 80s, the late 80s. But anyway, it stars Morgan Freeman and some other woman. I don't know the woman, the girl who plays Daisy, the woman who plays Daisy, older woman, and Dan Aykroyd. Now, let's see, Morgan Freeman and Dan Aykroyd play a great job. Dan Aykroyd is the son, he plays the son of Miss Daisy, and Miss Daisy's like this old senile, well, she's not really senile, but she's an older woman, and she's got a lot of eccentric personality quirks. And Morgan Freeman is this guy that they hired to drive her around, because, well, in the first 5 minutes they kind of developed that she's a bad driver. So anyway, if you liked just drama movies with a little bit of subtle humor, it's actually very good. I definitely recommend this film, and I definitely say it's definitely one of those good old classic movies that everybody has to watch. If you don't like movies where pretty much most of the movie is just two people talking, because for much of the movie it is just two people talking, but I definitely recommend, definitely liked it. And Morgan Freeman, definitely a great actor. So, Driving Miss Daisy, definitely gotta watch that. Okay, let's see, last movie, or maybe second last movie. I'm doing good on time, so, alright, let's see, Hudson Hawk. If you've never heard of this movie, it's a movie starring Bruce Willis, and he is this thief who likes to do things, in a stylistic way. So when he's stealing large things, he's, singing a song, Swinging on the Stars, or whatever he likes to sing. But let me just say, this movie is pretty bad. It is not good by any means. I laughed a couple times, and the supervillains are kind of over the top. Definitely not realistic at all. And pretty much I think the only good things that were in there were the action scenes. Everything else, not so good. Drama, story, kind of It's basically about this guy, stealing things. These villains want to use him to steal this amazing thing, you know. Pretty much stereotypical stealing thing. But it's a little bit different, so if you like unique things, it might be worth a watch, but it's not that good. So definitely do not recommend. And that's Hudson Hawk for you. So anyway, alright, okay, I think I have enough time. Let's do the next one. Another movie I watched. This movie is called RegardHenry. This is just a drama starring Harrison Ford, and long time ago I caught this movie on TV, and it was like the second half, and I'm like, oh man, that was such a good movie, but I don't know how it started, so I told myself I was going to watch it at some point, but I didn't get around to it until just this past week when I got Netflix, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta watch it. So, RegardHenry stars Harrison Ford. He is a lawyer who does lawyer-like things to make his fortune, basically. He's got a wife and daughter, and he's pretty much like this cold husband, you know, he's not a good father, you know, that type of person. But at some point in the movie, he comes across something that causes him to be in an accident where he has to be rushed to the hospital, and he has amnesia. So pretty much the rest of the movie is him trying to develop himself back into, you know, normal working human being, you know, so that he can live and survive. And let's see, RegardHenry, I thought this is a very good movie. Definitely recommend. Arguably a must-see movie. And here's the funny thing. Harrison Ford plays just a dramatic role. He doesn't do that too often, but he does. And he does a great job. The movie itself, fairly slow, so if you're really impatient, you might not want to try it. But I'd greatly recommend. Character development's excellent. Story progression, excellent. It's just pretty much good across the board as far as acting and everything goes. So, yeah. RegardHenry, definitely recommend. Anyway, other than that, I'm just trying to keep filming in this new location, you know, fake brick wall. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and enjoy the movies. Have a good night.